Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 8 Week 8 Day 4. So today, main thing that we have going on today is the Bard hero class. Bard hero class, pretty underwhelming. It does count as a Wild Folk hero class, so it has that going for it. So it can be used in Wild Folk oriented teams, like if you're doing a 50% mana start to all Wild Folk, and kind of be incorporated into that kind of particular instance. However, beyond that, it doesn't really have too much going for it. It does have a half mana start, but doesn't have anything really too strong. It does have that all yellows gain a little bit of stats, but as time goes on, it gets increasingly worse. As time goes on. Like super early on in the game that can be a little bit decent, but it does start to fall off, and in the current state of the game, pretty much everything that gives +1 to all stats per turn, not the greatest. However, they did end up buffing the mythic we're getting tomorrow, so we went over this a little bit earlier, and this is why I generally don't go over them early, because they did buff it, though it's a very small buff. So of course, tomorrow, and when I say tomorrow, I mean like 6 hours from now. Or wait, 6 hours? Yeah, 6 hours from now at 2 a.m. or 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6 hours from now, we are getting the Mythic of Ahri's. It is a Kaozale construct. It is now a 20 mana cost instead of 24. So same mana cost as Arachne Weaver, which is cool. On top of that, they also increased the higher damage field up to ×4, whereas before it was ×3 + 3. Now it's ×4 + 3. So if, for example, if it has 50 magic instead of before, where it would have been 25 to 153 damage, it is now still the very low 25 to 203 damage. So obviously a little bit of a wider range now. So that does make it a bit more viable, though still very exceedingly luck-based. I'm surprised they didn't increase the higher field, maybe to like 3/4 or even just to base value. Because realistically, if it has like 50 magic and is hitting for 50 for 20 mana costs and not getting a kill, that is still pretty useless. But yeah, it's gonna be too luck based to probably use in most situations. It still has the if the enemy dies, it does the explosion, so it does still have that going for it. You could basically summarize this troop as a weaker Arachne Weaver. Is the easiest way to really look at it. They also did not touch any other aspect about it. It still has the 2x damage to skulls, or to stunned enemies, still has the 50% scar reduction, and still gains 4 armor to all brown allies when matching brown gems. So the only real change is they made the higher field 1 times higher, from a ×3 + 3 multiplier to a ×4 + 3 multiplier, so an extra ×1 there, and they lowered the mana cost by 4. It is lowered, right? Yes, that is indeed a 0, not a 6. I sometimes can't tell because it's overlapping the yellow there. But yes, that is indeed a 20, not a 26. That'd be a big fail if they raised it to 26, because it would have been useless at 24, but no, it's 20 mana cost. Overall, this Mythic still seems like it's going to be useless, but we'll still mess around with it and see what we can end up building with it when it ends up coming out tomorrow. Unfortunately, we can't do that tonight because it's not out until about 6 hours from now. Anyways. So, with that being said, I guess we'll go and start doing the class event. We mentioned a team on Monday, which is not that one. It is Bard class over here. I believe I did change my hero class. I do want Archmagus. I had to switch it to Bard because we needed it for the Monday objectives. However, we have since done those Monday objectives, so I shall switch it back to Archmagus and be good to go. Nothing that we need to do there. Let's head over to the class event, and let's go claim our 25 gems and that little bit of EXP if you haven't already maxed out the class. But we're mostly just doing it for the quick 25 gems. Easy enough to go through, especially with a team like this. We have a lot of extra purple. I have this extra poke damages, so decently easy to get through. Since if one of them does revive, like that one thing that has a 100% revive chance, we could easily go tear it down with 3 casts. So it'll die very soon after. Anyways, I hope everyone had a wonderful day. Hello, Peter. I've been very busy today. Hello, Bill. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Tyron. Hello, Roman. Hello, Gimli. Hello, Mr. Hello, Crisp. Hello, Imperial. Hello, Cincy J-Mac. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Nightmare. Hope you had a good birthday the other day. Hello, Defiant. Hello, NASA. Hello, everyone who hasn't said hello. Hello, all the lurkers out there. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Anyways, let's go take that over. And also, hello, Rogian. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, today was quite hectic. Multiple changes of plans on top of multiple changes of plans. But I got a lot done today, if nothing else, which is nice. Oh, what do we even take here? Oh, what do we even need? I want to take the red connected to the red because it's not going to be able to take an extra turn over there. We could also take an extra turn off the yellow there if we really needed to, until that got converted, but we didn't really need it, so we didn't take it. Because we could have taken it vertically so it collapsed onto each other. Oh, what do we even need here? But obviously, we didn't do the Puzzle Quest 3 stream earlier today. We will be tomorrow, though, finishing that up. We'll probably be starting at the same time I was planning on doing it today, which is likely going to be around like a 1 p.m., 2 p.m. start, and then we do it until it's finished. This is likely going to be our goal for tomorrow for that. And then we'll be done with Puzzle Quest 3. Or at least as far as the main storyline. Which is the main piece of content currently within the game. So hello, Cookie. Welcome, welcome. The one day we were looking for Discord to remind you. Discord, oh, did it not end up triggering? Oh, it was probably because I started, the stream reminder probably went up like way earlier. Because I set up the stream a bit earlier so it could have the text saying that the Puzzle Quest 3 thing was canceled. Because I generally do that if I said I was going to do a stream and then that stream doesn't happen. I normally post whatever the next stream is, which is generally the nightly Gems of War stream. But I have it with like a text pin reminder like, oh hey, the stream we were going to do got canceled. I normally do it that way whenever we change a stream, which ends up making the Gems of War's reminder like way earlier potentially. Because I posted that like, gosh, like 12 hours ago? 10 hours ago? So the reminder might have went out then instead of at 8 p.m. I'm not sure exactly how it works. I assume it sends one out at both times. But if you were like expecting that very first one, it, yeah, it probably sent it like 10 hours ago. Let's see, I'll take that over. Which is why I normally try setting it up a little bit closer to the stream. Because YouTube has like a weird double remind system. Like one when at like the exact second where you like initialize it. And the other one when, you know, it's actually time. Oh, what do we take here? Take the purple for now. Was it actually at 12:12 Eastern Standard Time? That's interesting. You actually know the exact time? I guess it really does send out a reminder. I know it does something like that. But yeah, that's why I normally post them a little bit closer to the actual stream time. Otherwise, the first reminder is kind of pointless. Because if I'm doing it like, let's say 8 hours in advance and it tries reminding people that at that time, that obviously doesn't help much. Because everyone pretty much knows we do it at the same time every day. So it's better if that reminder for... it makes sense for other streams if I do it that way. But it doesn't make much sense for Gems of War when we do our nightly stream, because everyone knows the time we do it at. So it makes more sense to have it up like right before. But there are a few exceptions to that, like today. I posted it like midday. But yeah, gosh, EpiPens still cost like $1 billion. I was looking through, like I have to literally do research to figure out which pharmacy has like the best pricing. So I'm having to go through like this coupon site and just like going down this list. And I still need to actually go pick it up tomorrow. But I basically have to go, I went through this entire list just to try to find where I can get an EpiPen for a still outrageous price that is still cheaper than the other outrageous prices. Which was annoying. And even after all that, it's still like 100 something plus tax. Whereas the highest ones were like 300 something, which is very high. So how on earth are you still alive? What do we need here? I have joked in the past that it's cheaper to get a flight to Canada, especially when I lived in New Jersey. Like, it's like cheaper to get a flight into Canada, get an EpiPen there, and then fly back to wherever I am in the United States than it is to get an EpiPen in the United States. Because I'm pretty sure it's under like a few dozen dollars, Canada dollars. So if you were like close to the Canada American border, like it's legitimately cheaper to take a day trip to Canada and back than it is to get it in America. Let's see. We'll take that over. Why not get it online from Canada or Mexico? That is an option. Even though I joke about it, I just haven't ever bothered doing it that way. Let's see. But yes, it is actually legitimately cheaper doing it that way. Which is sad. Let's see. We'll take that over. I want to take double brown there, but that should be enough to kill. That's not enough to kill, but we have another one, so it's just going to kill after. Medical tourism. Let's see. Get the other one down there, and that should be good to go. Alright, we got the Valraven there. I guess we take brown to purple to brown and be good to go. Got our black manacles in there. We'll take the brown. We're going for a second black manacle because it's not gonna be enough for them to kill. When there's only like one target or two targets, they can kind of do their thing. But I wouldn't advise trying to take out an entire team. Though I will go poke the Valraven if we have to make sure he doesn't escape. But you'd rather go for a second cast of AoE when you can help it. Because otherwise, even if I did do that 3 times, we'd still be 1 poke short of a kill. Which you could do off a skull, of course. But in these battles, it's definitely important to do it that way. Because this guy revives 1 billion times. I'll take that over. I'm hoping he... I was about to say, I'm hoping he doesn't take the purple there. Take the other brown. That is... oh, wait, am I even set to magic right now? Why do I feel like I'm not set to magic? Am I just underestimating how much damage we're doing? Or overestimating how much damage we should be doing, I mean. Also, why is your attack so low? I could have sworn 3 casts of you is enough to kill. But his attack is so low that 3 casts actually will not kill. Even got to throw black manacles in there. One more battle. And we're good to go. You finally upgraded your first weapon in Puzzle Quest 3 to Mythic? Nice. I still have not. I don't have any natural Mythic in Puzzle Quest 3 yet. I have one from earlier in the beta, from when like a weird change happened that basically like grandfathered me in a Mythic through a weird way. However, I have actually not yet naturally gotten a Mythic upgrade on any weapon yet from like Ascension. I'm close to getting it on a few. The hardest part is getting specifically 4 of the Mythic relics. But yeah, they definitely need to do something to tweak the rates for those because it is absurd. Like you just got one now after what, a year of playing? I still haven't gotten one after basically a year of playing, or at least a natural one. Like if the economy of the game was like it is right now, the entire time we were playing, we would have 0. But I do have 1 through some really weird method. I gotta take that over. Because there was like basically a patch that essentially made it a higher rarity. Even though it was 1 rarity below it earlier. Because of how they changed the system for it. I gotta throw that down. But yeah, they definitely need to overhaul that a bit. Ah, there we go. And we got our gems. Anyways, let's see. Oh, might as well clear out the dailies next. Oh, some shards. We actually are going to need some chaos shards in a very near future, even though we're sitting on like 130,000 or something, which isn't a lot. There are some people who have like over 1 million just laying around. But, yeah, I would advise taking them. We do know that we're going to be getting more faction troops at some point. When exactly, who knows, but it could be later this year we start seeing this happening. I'm kind of surprised they're not adding some more this weekend. Because you would think if they're going to be starting to add more, what better way than to do it with a weekend faction event. And this weekend actually is a weekend faction event. I actually kind of didn't mention it because I was mentioning the Mythic earlier. We were mentioning that earlier to stream. However, yeah, we do have a faction event for Emerald Nexus tomorrow. That is the first time ever where we have a repeat faction event. So that is a bit of a strange one in that regard, given that I might even mention it in the Mythic video briefly, because I don't think I'll have a video like directly going over it, other than we'll be messing around with it tomorrow night. Also, we're not doing pure faction for it. Do be mindful of that, because we already have, so we don't need to. It's the first time. Oh no, maybe we'll do a video for it. It is a weird special occasion because it's the first time ever we're having a faction event for a faction that already exists. So I don't know. I guess I'll make an updated video on how to do Umbral Nexus. I guess. Maybe I'll cover a video for it, because that's basically what we do then. Just an updated video of the video we've kind of already covered. Just on like, oh, here's all the teams for Umbral Nexus. I guess we'll do that. The Mythic video has a higher priority, though. I definitely want to record that first. And then, of course, we'll stream it tomorrow night. Though we're not doing anything too special with it. It's not like we're doing 5. We're just doing the free battles. So I think you get, what, 3 battles? Unless you get lucky with Valraven or whatever it is. I might buy the enchant just for the sake of speed. Because it's only, like, what, 30 gems? But beyond that, I'm just basically doing the free battles plus the 30 gem thingy. Just so we have some enchant to speed it along a little bit. But I'm not even sure how far you can even get. I've never actually done only the free battles for a weekend faction event. Because every single weekend faction event, I would always go for 500 pure faction. You know, I already started. Might as well grab these useless trait stones. We're already here. Oh, so hello, Barbara. Hello, Matt. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Clipbomb. Hope all you've been doing well today. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Oh, you know where I actually ate today? Since I was out and about. I haven't ate there for 3 years now. Oh gosh, I forget its name. It's one of the barbecue steakhouses around here. It's one southern thing. Like, I don't care for most southern cuisine, but one thing that they tend to do really, really well is hush puppies with barbecue. It is so ridiculously good at a decent handful of locations. And I went to one of my personal favorite ones in the area today. And I haven't ate there for 3 years because I didn't eat there since prior to the pandemic. It was like literally 2019. So yeah, it's maybe 2.5 years kind of. Because it was like the later part of 2019. But it's been a while. So it's been like a few years. And I finally ate there again. And gosh, it's as good as it's always been. Yeah, it was nice to finally get it again. Forgot how good it was after not having it for so long. Unfortunately, it's very far out of the way. However, it's where my doctor place was, or pretty close to where... Even though it was so far out of the way, it's even further than where my doctor place was when I went earlier. And it's like, oh gosh. it's why I generally haven't been eating there, like, at all. Just so far from my current location. So I almost never go there. And the pandemic happened, obviously. Which in combination made it so I didn't go there for quite some time, but it's really good. No, it's not Long John Silver's. It's a smaller chain. Actually, it might not even be a chain, now that I think about it. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of the name of the place. I really was not paying attention. It's called something barbecue, which is easy to forget. Because it's like a really generic word plus barbecue. I don't believe it's actually a chain, though. If it is a chain, it's a really small chain. And I cannot, for the life of me, remember right now what it was. But some kind of really generic word plus the word barbecue. What do we even take here? Barbecue house, maybe? It might be barbecue house or something. But they're one of the better ones I know around. At least relative to the cost for quality ratio. They have like one of the best around. It might not be literally the best barbecue around, but it's really high up there for how decently cheap it is. Okay, so we did that. Is that all the things? I believe that is all the things. Okay, so without being out of the way, let's go ahead to the code. And then we'll go and probably do some token grinding. Because I can't do anything that's happening tomorrow yet until tomorrow. So unfortunately, even though we have a faction event tomorrow, as well as a new mythic, It is not tomorrow yet, so unfortunately we cannot engage with either of those two things. But we will tomorrow night, as well as some videos earlier in the day. Which might be a good opportunity to finally record something for the Pokemon game. I've been meaning to cover guides for that game for like a month now, and I still have not been able to. Though, luckily, the people who've been working on the house in various ways, they haven't really been making much noise lately, because a lot of the things that they have left to do aren't that noisy, or at parts of the house that don't make as much noise. Like the front decking's actually done now. For the house. I actually got to use it today as well. The railing's still not done for it. That they still need to do. Actually, most of the railing they still have to do. But the actual foundation of the, the actual tiles of the, or not tiles, I guess wood. I'm not sure why I'm calling them tiles. But the actual wood of the front patio, the side ones, the back ones, they're all set and good to go. Nice and sturdy. A little bit weird not having a rail there, though. Not having any rail is probably safer than the rail we had there previously, so if anything, that's almost an improvement. Because before, if you, like, leaned on the rail, like, I legitimately would not expect it to actually hold up your weight. Like, it was that falling apart, especially at the front area. It is falling apart, like, at all parts of the house, but especially at that front area there. Okay, I'm trying to find my code thingy thing. One moment. Alright, there goes that. Let me go put in the thing so I can get you guys the link. Pretty sure most of you guys know how to use it, but I always like putting the link there just for anyone who might be new, or anyone who just wants to simply click there. But there you guys go. There is the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says right over here underneath settings is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Copy paste of random numbers and letters started with VNK. And give same word as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Only usable on the PC mobile version of the game. And as always, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly, greatly appreciated. There you guys go. Enjoy. Okay, so next order of business. Let's just mess around with stuff. And if anyone has any questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. But I think we'll be mostly token grinding then for the rest of the stream, and hoping that this Tuesday will finally be the update. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, let's go do some prep for a bunch of kingdoms, because I believe we still do not have every kingdom at Explore 3. I know we have a lot of them there. However, like this one, I have not actually done yet. So you know what? Let's go through the rest of the kingdoms, and any one that I don't currently have up, even if it's one that we might need for next week's event week, I'm going to go get to where it needs to be. So let's go do that now, and hopefully not keep forgetting, because I always keep going like all the way through out of habit, rather than stopping at 3 out of 4. Hey, no problem for the code, everyone. How did it get to be Thursday? Did you miss a couple of days? Time travel? Thought it was Tuesday. Yeah, it went through pretty quick. Time passes very weirdly since the pandemic. Like, I forgot the last month even passed by. Though that is partially because of that new Pokemon game, but also because time doesn't exist anymore. But, yeah, time is weird these days. I keep losing track of it for multiple reasons, like every single month, seemingly. For one reason or another. Main thing that was annoying this most recent month, though, is they've been doing work on the house for a month and a half now. After the 2-month mark, they should be pretty much done. Like, by midway through this month, or the end of this month, they should be completely done, I would sure hope. Because they started as early as, like, January. At some point in January. I can't remember exactly in January, but at some point in January. And they're still going to this day. Working on stuff. But they're almost done with everything. Let's see. And that'll be enough to kill. Yeah, barbecue house, that's the one. I think that's the one, Bill. Did you literally just do, like, every barbecue place in my area? That's kind of funny. But yeah, that 10th one, I believe, is the one. Because, for whatever reason, the word house seems like the correct one. I was even mentioning it earlier. But yeah, I think it's barbecue house because it's a very generic-y word plus barbecue. So barbecue house sounds correct. Which is like the most generic way you could ever have a barbecue place. That definitely makes like the top 5 most generic names you could name your barbecue store is barbecue house. There we go. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one. So hello, Roman. What team is that? I'll go check it out. I assume it's the Explore 12 team, though it could be anything. I'll go to see what it is. Not sure if we're going to be using it. Maybe we'll go look at it. I don't know. I'm in love with this team. Like, we have messed around with some other ones. And honestly, that previous suggestion we had for Explore 12 team, I actually kind of liked. But, I don't know. I still like this classic one. Sometimes, even if it is slightly less efficient, I just like the playstyle more. It just fits how I normally play. Wait, why is it not? Oh, I forgot the final bracket. Whoops. I was like, wait. I know for sure I copied something. Let's see. There it is. Oh, yeah, the old Bronzlock Pistol team. I used to run Bronzlock Pistol Cedric Greed. I used to run it with Wardbreaker instead of Zugoff. But, yeah, I have run this team before. Bronzlock Pistol, Wardbreaker, Cedric Greed. I haven't ran it much with Zugoff. The big issue with it with Zugoff is it does block on blue, so you're only feeding 2 manas into Zugoff. But yes, it definitely works. You also have that burn on... wait, does burn? No, never mind. Bronzlock Pistol doesn't have burn. It does have that gold gain, though. But you still get the gold off Zugoff. I mean, the burn off Zugoff. But yeah, I've ran that team before. More so with Wardbreaker than I have with Zugoff. But yeah, it functions. It's a pretty good one to mess with. If you're in need for gold, it's definitely a good one to use. But yeah, I used to use that back in the day. Honestly, I haven't messed with that team for about 2 or 3 years now. It is still good. Like, it hasn't gotten any worse. Like, it's still the same it's always been. Nothing on it actually has been nerfed in that time. They're all still just as strong as they've always been. But, I don't know, I just kind of moved on to other teams. But it's a pretty good one if you need a little bit of gold. Because it combines, like, a gold farming team with a can-kill Explore 12 team. So it's a kind of mix between going all in on gold farming and going all in on speed. So it's a nice in-between, where it's, like, slightly slower, but you're getting a bunch of extra gold for doing so. But not, like, the maximum amount of gold. So you're trading off like an in-between amount of speed and gold to get a mix of both. It's almost like the same thing as running, though a little bit different. It's almost like running Rowan Quick Kill compared to Phoenicia Quick Kill. Like, Phoenicia Quick Kill is slightly quicker, but Phoenicia is, allows you to do a higher level Explore. But it's kind of like the difference between running a Dust Devil insta-kill, a Rowan Quick insta-kill, and a Phoenicia insta-kill. Whereas Phoenicia is the slowest of the 3, but gives you the most amount of extra loot. The middle one being Rowan, and the Dust Devil one being, or with the Iron Hawks being the absolute quickest, but you're trading off some other resources for the speed. And that's kind of the thing between using like a standard all-in speed Zugoff team, a like gold mixed one, where you have like one Cedric with a mana accumulator, and compared to running a double Cedric one, where you're running, what even is the double Cedric build these days? I believe it's Egg Thief, double Cedric, and then your kill option, which I believe is Plunder and Peril. I think it's something like that. Egg Thief, Plunder and Peril, double Cedric, I think. Something along those lines. Where you're trading off your max amount, where you're going to be winning the slowest on Explore 12, but you have a lot of damage as well as a lot of... you're basically trading off speed for gold, is the bottom line with that one. So there's like different degrees of trading off speed for gold. I'm not sure if that's the quickest way to get gold in the current state of the game. I know at one point a similar build was, though I haven't really gold farmed in like forever. It has been years since I've like properly gold farmed. Also because we haven't really needed to for anything. Like gold's nice to have, but you eventually reach a point in the game where you're mostly just throwing it into your guild. So unless you're doing it to try to like press whatever requirement is required for your guild, it doesn't really have too much use beyond that. Once you've kind of already gotten everything situated for the main gold cost in the game, which is, upgrading all the factions, upgrading your kingdoms, all that good stuff. Once you have them all upgraded, you mostly only just dump it into guild at that point, all excess gold. Especially now that we're not getting new factions anymore. So now we don't have a gold sync with that anymore. Of course, newer players will still have to do the full thing. But if they're not adding any more kingdoms, we don't have any more gold sync happening from getting new factions. Of course, we will still be getting new kingdoms and new factions on occasion, but they need to do another new kingdom first, because every single one has one, which is why we have a repeat one this weekend for the first time ever. We have Umbral Nexus for the second time as a weekend event. Alright, this battle is not going favorably for us. Oh, there we go. You saw this team from one of your friends and never looked back. Interesting. That sounds strong. I assume it's a variant of a Zugoff build. I feel like most of them are these days. Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, the good old Gorgoltha build. My concern, I have done something similar before. My biggest concern with this structure is it allows you to play a lot more mindlessly if you're trying to do this while doing other stuff. Is something I noticed with this team. So if you want to like watch this stream while playing, or like YouTube videos, or like literally anything TV, maybe double tasking two things at once, like this is a good double tasking team. The max speed of this is a bit slower, but the main benefit of this team is Gorgoltha just doesn't die compared to like almost anything else you could put there. The downside though is you drop triple damage skulls. Which substantially reduces the overall amount of damage. Also, why Archmagus? I believe you'd want to run any hero class that does Hunter's Mark, because it makes up for some of Gorgoltha's damage. Because even though it can't do triple damage off of Burning, you can do double damage off of Hunter's Mark, which helps make up for some of his lack of damage. Also, when you explode or destroy gems, it also still gives it to you. So if you're going to be using this build, you generally want to do it with like, if you're going to run Essence, I guess, you could run other weapons too, but if you're going to run it with Essence, you probably want to run like Archer or something, or, you know, pretty much anything that can Hunter's Mark when you take an extra turn. Well, I guess you could use Archmagus for the extra purple, but you already have so much purple because you have +3 off of Thrall. So you really don't need that much extra purple. Like having +2 purple into his 1 is already enough, where if you take a purple, he has full mana. So you don't really need the extra +2 off of Archmagus necessarily. So you can trade that out for the anything with Hunter's Mark in order to increase Gorgoltha's damage. So at least you're probably doing potentially 2 times damage rather than not having any additional damage at all. But yeah, that team can work. It is slower, but it's really good if you want to not look at the screen, because you will basically never die with Gorgoltha. You almost like have to actively try to die with Gorgoltha for you to lose your first slot. Oh, maybe he's not that tanky, but you know, he's pretty tanky. 75% reduction. So in like this battle, he would have taken like what, 22? Also, I'm keep spamming this exact same kingdom over and over again, aren't I? I meant to stop it at 3 out of 4, and I'm pretty sure I have done this kingdom like multiple times over. That's the only problem I've been finding with trying to get every kingdom to 3 out of 4. I keep talking so much on the stream and like getting sidetracked that I keep doing the kingdom way beyond where I should be. Because my natural habit when I'm doing Explore, similar when you're using Gorgoltha team, you kind of just like, you kind of zone out and just kind of naturally play the game. And I keep doing that even with this team here. And it's making it so I keep going beyond 3 out of 4. Because normally when you do Explore 12, you have no reason to stop, you just keep going. But with what I'm trying to do right now, I am trying to get them to all 3 out of 4. So stop, do not go any further. And let's move on to the next one. I'm going to skip Golvania though. That makes the most amount of sense to keep that there for a little while. Okay, I do want to retreat from this battle, though I do have to go into the battle to retreat from the battle. There we go, all the way to Explore 12. The new Mythic does magic ×2 to magic ×4 damage. Still pretty bad. Wait, did they increase it to magic ×2? The website says half of its magic. It says half to magic ×4. And before it was half to magic ×3. But if it's magic ×2 to magic ×4, that's actually not horrible. The biggest issue it has right now is its lower value is too low. Did they actually update it? Because it's still showing half to magic ×4 here. But if it is magic ×2 to magic ×4, that is actually doable. Because if you think of it, that's basically what Megavore's damage is, but as physical, but with a wider range, so technically as true. And that's not too bad, if it is. But if it's half to ×4, it's bad. If it's half, or if it's ×2 to ×4, that is actually somewhat usable. It really depends how much base magic it has, as far as, you know, getting it from level up and everything. Because if it is ×2 to ×4, that's usable. It's not going to be, like, better than Weaver, but it's going to be an actual usable mythic. But if it's half to ×4, it'll basically never be used in any context ever. But 2 to 4, while still very inconsistent, is usable. So if that is actually the change that they're doing for tomorrow, then it could be good. It's similar to Tina's description. What is the new troop? Will you be able to do stream for Pokemon this weekend? Yes, I will be streaming the new Pokemon game this weekend. That's basically going to be a thing until we truly 100% the game. We're basically going to be doing Pokemon every weekend until I have hit true 100% in that game. And it is so hard to hit true 100% in that game because you have to do the entire Path of Solitude, which is absurdly hard to do. I don't think a single person has done it legitimately yet, as in, you know, not hacked the game to do it. It literally will take upwards of a month. Like, that update that they did last Sunday, like, is at least an extra month worth of content. Because we were getting somewhat close to having, like, a full shiny living dex and all that. And we still have to finish that as well. But the Path of Solitude, you basically have to win with every Pokemon in a solo fight, in a fight where they are at an exceedingly high disadvantage, typing-wise. So it's almost like a little puzzle game in that regard. However, it's a puzzle game where you also have to be leveled enough and have good natures and everything. So you need a lot of resources to actually be able to do each one. And gosh, is it hard. At least for some Pokemon anyways. For some, it's actually really easy. But for a good number of them, it is decently difficult. And will take a lot of grinding. I think I've only done it for like 10% of the Pokemon in the game. Though the feature has only existed for a couple days now. And I haven't had much time to play since we last streamed it. But yeah, we'll be streaming it this weekend. That's pretty much our stream plan. I'll be covering Gems of War New Mythic tomorrow. We'll cover Gems of War's Umbral Nexus for the second time, apparently, because apparently we have a weekend event for it again. Then we'll have the Puzzle Quest 3 stream a little bit later tomorrow, probably around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we'll have our standard 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Gems of War stream. And then, of course, we'll do the Pokemon on Saturday and Sunday morning then. Exact time of starting depends. I want to try aiming for around the 10 a.m. and then just go until forever. Go basically until the Gems of War stream. Let's see. But yeah, the way that I'm kind of going to be like either most likely like extremely disappointed with Generation 9 of Pokemon, because it's going to probably do what Sword and Shield did all over again. But now it's going to be from a point where there's already a game of comparison that's so much better that they've done. Because I have never had more fun with a Pokemon game than with Pokemon Legends Arceus. But then they're going to probably go back to like the normal formula when they do Next Generation in November or whenever they do it. And it's just going to feel so bad going from Pokemon Legends Arceus to like a standard Pokemon game. So we don't really know too much about it though. They kind of only teased it, but we'll see. And apparently I'm getting back into Pokemon, apparently. Though when we start doing the retro games, quite a few of them are Pokemon. Also, we will be able to go play one of the hardest Pokemon games in existence as well. I actually never beat it as a kid. It is actually that hard. It's, oh gosh, what's this name? It's one of the GameCube ones. GameCube has so many good games. But it's like, I can't even remember its name. But it's really dark themed as well. Like it is, the storyline for it's like super, super dark. Like, I think it, like, literally has, like, murder and a few other things in it. Like, a little bit of, like, a murder mystery kind of thing on the side. Combined with a bunch of other stuff. Let's see. No patch? No. It's likely this Tuesday. And by this Tuesday, I mean, you know, the one in 4 days from now? 5 days? However time works. But the one coming up this upcoming week. It didn't happen the previous Tuesday. It didn't happen this week's Tuesday. It is, like, near 100% to happen next week's Tuesday. Like, I would be absurdly surprised. Though, I will eventually get it right if I say every single Tuesday is going to be the patch. Because last week I was like, oh, it could be this week. And then it wasn't. And then this week it's like, oh, it might be this week. And then, oh, it wasn't. And now they literally have to do the patch at this point, pretty much. Like, there's almost no way they're not doing the patch this week. Also, I forgot to kill the thing with immune to burn. Whoops. Also, I think I went too far. Are we? No, we're not fighting the pan yet. Okay, let's move that over. No, it wasn't Pokemon Coliseum. Though Pokemon Coliseum 1 and 2 is really good. Those were on the N64, though, not the GameCube. Gosh, why can I not remember its name? I can literally... You know how I can find it on Google? You know how hard this game is? If I type in that... let's see. That's one hard Pokemon game on GameCube. I'm willing to make a bet. Very first thing is the one I'm talking about. Let's see. That one hard Pokemon game. There it is. Pokemon Coliseum. Oh, wait. Is it just called Pokemon Coliseum? I thought it had a longer name than that. Yeah, that one. I thought it had a longer name than that. Doesn't it have like a full proper name? Yeah, Pokemon DXD Gale of Darkness, I think. Isn't that the one? But yeah, that one. Yeah, there it is. No, this one. Which one is it? I'm pretty sure it's the Gale of Darkness one. Yeah, I believe it was this one. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. It is like literally the hardest Pokemon game ever made. With the second one, or possibly even the most recent hardest one being the one that just came out. Pokemon Legends Arceus. But as far as like the one that's generally prior to this been considered the absolute hardest, it's that one. And I actually never beat it as a kid. It is that hard. Let's see. I'll take that one over. Oh, we're up against Pan. I did not mean to do this fight. Whoops. Got distracted by myself. Let's see, I'll take that over. Oh, so I wonder how much that game actually costs to get. Luckily, I have a copy of it, so it's not going to matter. What is the physical cost of this game? Let's see, 100 something, 200 something. That's some scary numbers. 100 something, 180 something. Gosh, that thing's worth money. I have a copy. We'll be playing on original software sometime in the next month or two, hopefully, at some point. Well, maybe not in the next month or two. But hopefully I'll at least be able to get my setup going. I'll be able to play all those retro games. Slowly over time. There were so many good ones on GameCube. That's one of the ones I kind of forget to mention sometimes. When I mention, like, good GameCube games. But that one was really solid, even though I never completed it as a kid. Let's see. What do I even need here? Take that over. Oh yeah, the starters for the next Pokemon game are really adorable. I'm probably going for the one that looks kind of like an Apple Dragon. Even though they already did an Apple Dragon, so I'm not sure exactly what its evolutions are going to look like. But so far, that one's the cutest for me. Also, I do feel like I'm biased to take the Fire type most of the time. Though I didn't in Sword and Shield, oddly enough. Or in the most recent one, so maybe not. It's kind of weird, because you'd think I would go for the bird character. But I don't know, I feel like the most recent bird is too cartoony. I'm not like a huge fan of like overly cartoony birds. I like the more realistic looking birds. That are like more stylized in a different kind of way. But when they're too cartoony, I don't know, they lose some of their appeal. Because I feel like a lot of cartoony birds like all look the same. Because they have like that really like generic-y body shape that like almost every cartoon bird has. Also, I forgot to hit you directly. Your mint copy of Wind Waker, which you didn't open because you were busy, apparently worth several $1,000s. Really nice. Yeah, the highest value thing I could find in that I'm not selling, or that I am selling, I should say, is I had a Wavebird GameCube controller completely sealed. That hasn't actually sold yet, but it's worth a couple $100s. A completely sealed, never opened, brand new Wavebird wireless GameCube controller. Before I go any further, that's as far as I need to go with that one. I actually remembered this time. Let's go do Adana. Oh no, Adana's not done. Is that 3 out of 4? But it's not 3 out of 4 on Explore 12, so let me go get it there. You got it graded as well? Nice. But yeah, I'm keeping my collection personally. I don't want to sell it. I'll just give it to my kids. Show them what good games are before everything goes digital forever. Show them like the golden age of gaming. Back when physical actually existed. Let's see. We'll throw that down. But if I was to sell every game I currently have, it's like upwards of $20,000. If I was to like search through all of it and just like bother to do all that over the course of several months, is easily like $20,000 worth. Most of it I'm keeping though. The only thing I sold were things that are just worth too much to bother keeping for myself. Although then again, quite a few of the games are worth that much. I almost do want to sell them, but I kind of want to keep them. It's one of the few things from my childhood I did want to keep. Quite a few of the other knick-knack stuff I did get rid of. But that game collection I do want to keep. Because I have a good number of N64, GameCube, and Wii games. The most expensive of which are, oddly enough, a lot of the GameCube games. The main reason for this is Nintendo, in recent years, has pretty much never done anything to be able to play GameCube games. Like, if you want to play any GameCube game right now, you basically have to use emulation or play it on original hardware. Like, there basically is no alternative. Because even their live service thing, or whatever you'd really call that, that monthly payment thing, they only have like the NES stuff, the Super NES, and some N64 stuff. But none of it is GameCube. Nor is any of it Wii. Though the Wii is more recent that a lot of people have a Wii, especially because of how well the Wii sold. That's one of the other reasons why a lot of GameCube games are still worth so much too. Because the GameCube, I think, sold like, what, 20,000, 30,000 units? Or sorry, 20 million or 30 million units. Whereas the Wii was like 120 million units. Like almost 100 million more units or something. So a lot of Wii games are less scarce compared to GameCube games, where a lot of them only sold like 1 million copies or so. Actually, you know what game I actually have that I didn't even realize is actually starting to become kind of popular again? I think only 1 million or something of them were sold. Mario Super Sluggers, I think it was. I randomly came across a video on this the other day. Mario Super Sluggers. This was, like, this is actually a really good game. Yeah, it's worth, let's see. Why is GameStop only $40? Oh, it's the Wii version. Where's the GameCube version? Wait, where's the GameCube version? That's not the right one. Is it the right one? Was it on Wii? No, yeah, there it is. GameCube. That's weird. Where's the GameCube one? Where is the GameCube one? Why is it showing Wii? Maybe I typed the wrong name. Maybe it might be called something else. Mario, it might be whatever this one's called. Superstar Baseball. Yeah, it does have a different name. My bad. Mario Superstar Baseball. I accidentally typed in the Wii name. That's the GameCube name. Okay, it's not overly. It's like it is basically the standard game price right now. It's like $60, $80 or so. So it's basically the price of a standard game, just slightly higher. Okay, so it's not worth like too much, but it's worth more than a normal game. It held its value pretty good. But that was actually one of the few sports games they did that was actually insanely good. The amount of depth in that game is so ridiculously fun. And I was really disappointed with the Wii one, because the Wii one is kind of pathetic compared to how good the GameCube one was. I'm not sure why the GameCube one was like so perfect. Because I was really disappointed when I played the Wii version that they had. The one I literally typed the word in initially for. But the one on GameCube was so good. It had a lot of fun minigames. And the strategy for it was pretty in-depth. Let's see. I'll take that for now. Get our Zoog off in there. Oh, I just realized I kept going too far, didn't I? Because we're at the legendary battle. Whoops. Whoops. That will not be the first nor last time we will do that. I'm pretty sure this stream alone, I've already done that like 6 times over now. Whoops. Well, I guess we'll keep going. Yeah, the one on the Wii wasn't a bad one. Like, it wasn't bad, that baseball game on Wii. But if you played the GameCube one, it is so disappointing in comparison. Because the GameCube one was just so much better. But if you don't have a point of reference of how good the previous one was, then the Wii one was decent. But if you did play the previous one, it seems like a gigantic downgrade. It seems like they just kind of rushed it down just to get another game out there in comparison. I go throw that down. Grab our little chests. Oh, Isabel posted one for the gold Zugov team. Which one is it? Someone posted earlier gold Zugov team, the one with bronze like pistol. Let's see. Yeah, let me go. Wait, why am I looking on the other computer? If I do it on this one, I can put it on my copy paste. I'll go look at this team after the battle. What do we even need to take here? I hope you go to a gaming convention so you can meet the woman of your dreams. Oh no, I feel like I never go to like any kind of social gathering. Like ever. So I almost never really meet too many new people. But it's not really something that interests me these days. I probably will at some point. It just seems like so much effort to plan out everything to go to a convention at any given time, and then all the costs associated to it. Like, you can easily spend like $1,000 going to a convention, and it just doesn't seem worth the money. Like, for basically a week of just whatever you're doing at the convention and everything, and socializing with people, like, it just does not seem worth the cost. Because you have to worry about hotel, food, the actual convention costs, any kind of like souvenirs or stuff that you're doing at the convention, because most of them aren't free, and the price tag can start getting really high very quick. Especially if it's not one closer to your location, because then you have to worry about travel costs, like plane and possibly getting to the airport itself. It just leads to way too high of a price tag normally. Unless you have a convention, like, literally in your area. Let's see. We'll take that over. Like, I'm not the kind of person who would spend, like, $1,000 on experience. I'd rather spend that money on, like, something I can keep for a while, rather than an experience of some kind. Like, I would way sooner buy several things that cost like over $100 than go on like a vacation that cost me over $1,000. It just doesn't seem as worth it. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Actually, I've never gone on a vacation that even cost even remotely that much. I think my most expensive vacation since I've been 18, or, you know, since I had to pay, like, the entire tab, is, like, $300. Like, $300 to $500 is, like, the most I've ever paid for any vacation I've ever gone on, counting every single cost associated with it. Let's see. Throw that down. What do I even need here? Oh, so did I go too far again? Because I see a Tesla. We shouldn't be able to see a Tesla. That's a legendary. I went too far. What if I ran away? No, that would just give us, no, don't run away. I'm just gonna play it out. You could just adopt kids to give your games to. No. I'm not sure if I would ever adopt. I'd rather have kids than adopt kids. I wouldn't be against adopting kids, but I would want to have at least like one of my own. Like, if I was to adopt kids, I would want to already have one, and then be like, oh gosh, the baby phase was so annoying. Let's just go adopt one when it's like 3 years old. Like, I can see that happening. Like, I have like one kid, and we go through the whole process. And then we just get like so tired of like the earlier stage part of it that's like, okay, do we want another kid? And if so, do we just want to adopt one that's like a few years old? Skip past that. Also, I am like not paying attention at all. We're actually losing this. Let me just run. And there we go. Like, I could see that happening. I would never adopt first though. Like, if I was to adopt, it would be because we had a kid. And then it's like, okay, if we're going to adopt, let's, like, get one, like, slightly older. To skip, like, those first few years. Though that is when you are supposed to bond with them the most still, though. But, gosh, is some of the things you have to do kind of annoying. More so than, like, the rest of their life. Because the rest of it's kind of a bit more manageable. But they're just so fragile when they're that young. Like 0 to 2, 0 to 3. Let's see. We'll take that over, get our other destroy there. His OLED cost more than that trip. Oh no, most of my trips have been pretty cheap. Like when I went to New Jersey like 2 months ago, because I was staying with family and everything, I think in total I spent $150 to $200 on that trip when I was gone for a week to New Jersey. Like that's it. That's all the money I spent. And I was still buying some food while I was there too. Although of course my dad and other family also covered some of it here and there. But you know, I was still buying a decent amount still. But that whole trip, everything was definitely under 200. And the one before that, what was the one before that? The other one was even cheaper because my whole family actually kind of covered it, and I was going with my mom, so like any of the costs we were doing, we were kind of splitting half and half. So I think that one was a pretty similar amount of cost, like around like 150 to 200 or so. Mostly because any costs that we really did have that wasn't already be covered by other family members, we were splitting between us. Because normally when I go on trips, it's just me. But because that family trip was the two of us, any expenses we had, we were just kind of splitting. Anyways, how far are we on this one? Why do I feel like I'm going too far again? No, we have not. So like between the two trips I went on last year, like it did even break $500. Not even close. Let's see. Take that over. Doesn't having a kid require a meeting woman? Yes. You would eventually. Oh no, I haven't had that many female partners in the past. Like there was one in high school, but we were pretty much just friends. There was one like immediately after high school, from high school, that we were pretty good friends for a while. And we're kind of together for a little bit, but then our lives kind of just went different ways, and then we still left on good terms and everything. It's just we just didn't really keep going any further. And then there was another one, but that one didn't really go much anywheres. And I have been with a few guys, but you know, you can't really reproduce that way. I would never marry a guy though. Let's see. But it's a lot easier to be more relatable to guys compared to females. Like that's something that is definitely very noticeable if you've dated both genders. It is way easier to relate to your to the same gender than to the opposite gender. Like substantially easier. Let's see, we'll throw that down. I do not have my Zugaf anymore. Also, did I go too far? No, I think this is the last battle we need here. Isabel. No, I never talk about my sex life on the channel. I wouldn't mind. I just like to keep things PG on the channel. Family friendly. I wouldn't mind talking about it sometime. I just never really have done a stream where I have. That would be a long stream though. Let's see, we'll throw that down. You know a game that would actually be really funny to do it with? Bayonetta 3, I believe, is coming out either later this year or next year. I haven't played any of the Bayonetta games, but that's already a game that's pushing like PG-13, nearly like 18 plus already. I never actually played any of them, but I know it's like a very suggestive game. So if we were ever to actually do it, that'd like probably be the stream to do it. Because I would literally just age restrict the stream at that point. Because YouTube does have a button for that, where you can age restrict an entire stream. Because I can't think of any game that would be YouTube friendly That's like of the more mature range that I would actually want to play. And that would actually be a kind of good one to do it for. I don't think it has an official release date, and I haven't actually played any of the Bayonetta games, but it do look pretty cool. That seems like a good one to do it for, if nothing else. What game? Bayonetta 3. It has a trailer, or I don't know, is it a teaser? I guess a teaser trailer, but we don't have an official release date. But the teaser trailer did have some gameplay in it and stuff. But I believe it's either later this year or early next year it's coming out. I haven't played any of the games yet. It's a weird mix of, it's like a single-player combat brawler kind of thing. Like, you have guns, but it's not really a shooter game, in a sense. It's more of like a combat beat-em-up kind of game. A single-player experience for it. Hey, we got an Anu. Also, I'm not sure if starting at 3 would have anything lore-wise that we would have missed. I assume no, because I'm pretty sure they're all standalone enough that not playing 1 or 2 would not affect too much. Because I'll be as clueless as you guys. Because I have nothing about Bayonetta, for the most part. Like the series. Let's see, we'll take that over. Get our explosion. Is it a Nintendo exclusive? Yeah, Bayonetta is unfortunately a Nintendo exclusive. It's probably the most mature themed Nintendo exclusive that Nintendo has. Like, it's as close to the line as, like, 13 plus as you could possibly get before it becomes adults only. Is pretty much that game. Or at least from things I've seen of it anyways. Like, it pushes that line the furthest it could possibly go while still keeping that lower rating. Let's see. What do we need here? Oh, don't you dare resummon. This thing is really annoying in Arena. However, outside of Arena is actually not that bad. Because his armor gain is nowhere near as brutal. Isn't Gems of War a polyamorous game already? Match 3? That's funny. That's a funny joke. That is a funny joke. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Trippy's ready. Anyways, what do we have? We did that, we did that. How many more kingdoms do we have? Because I know there's still some left that we haven't done. We just did Adana. I assume we have not done Whitehelm yet. We have not, so let's go do Whitehelm. Also, I should probably go to Nexus. I don't think I did Nexus yet. Oh yeah, I didn't check that team yet. What was that one team that you showed me earlier? I think it was Isabel posted it or someone else, but Isabel reposted it. Let me see. I have it on my copy paste, but I keep forgetting to paste it. Wait, isn't this the same team I already checked earlier? Oh, it uses the Dragon Guard. No, wait. No, this is the same team. Oh, it uses Dragon Guard. But, yeah, I need the triple damage burnings there. Dragon Guard, I believe, is what I used to run it with. Because it made even more sense to run it with Dragon Guard, because I ran Dragon Guard, Word Breaker, or, you know, Dragon Guard with Bronze Like Pistol, followed by Word Breaker, followed by Cedric, followed by Greed. So this mostly just changes out Word Breaker for Zugov then, and obviously a different banner that didn't exist at the time. But I've run a very similar team before. I'm personally not as big of a fan of using it these days, which is why I don't. But I have used it a lot in the past. It's kind of hard to tell because that past was like 3 or 4 years ago. However, I have ran that team a lot in the past, but with Word Breaker instead of Zugov. It's just been a very long time since I've really bothered with it. I still prefer this one personally. But yeah, that's a good mix of gold farming while still getting really good speed for Explorer. It's definitely worth using. I just prefer this one. What's your Word event, team? I'll go check that as well. Let's see. Also, we didn't do the Word event yet today, did I? I should probably go do that. Because I don't think the guild's done with it, and this is probably the last day we need to do it. And for whatever reason, I haven't done it yet this stream, so I should probably go do that real quick. I should probably end with that. Let's get Whitehelm to where we need it to be, and then we'll go finish it with Word event, I guess. And then tomorrow we got a bunch of stuff to cover. Between the repeat faction and the new mythic. Which obviously the more interesting thing being the new mythic. But I'm still going to recover the faction for anyone who will be messing around with it this weekend. I'm not sure if I'll be doing that for every single time, because I've already covered every single one, but if nothing else, at least a way to update some of them. However, Umbral Nexus is already kind of recent, so it's not much of an update. However, one, like for example, let's say we get like an All-Seeing Eye weekend event, like that would be a good updated one, if nothing else. But like Nexus literally just happened like a few months ago. It's a little bit weird to make an updated one, but I guess we will. Might as well. Alright, good. I did not go too far. Anyways, I was about to go do something and I already forgot what it was. Alright, I was going to check your ward event team. Let me just put it over top of something. Oh, I don't have Emerald Blade. There's one issue with this. So when I was on vacation to see family back in December, I forgot to buy the Emerald Blade. It will be available in the next few months in Soulforge. However, I am actually missing the weapon. I am missing Emerald Blade and this, though most people are missing the star because currently it is technically money locked, even though it's not actually a money locked weapon. This will be available whenever we have a Nexus event again. We just haven't had one. So as this current moment in time, it is money locked. However, it is a free weapon if you just wait until we finally get a Nexus event. However, I did miss Emerald Blade. That was the weekend when I was on vacation in New Jersey, and it just kind of slipped my mind to buy the weapon. And I don't have it now. I will be able to get it in like a month or two. It's not a money locked weapon or anything like that. We just have to wait until Bright Forest comes back around or whatever it was associated to, which I believe is happening in the next 2 or 3 months. So we'll be able to get that soonish. Anyways, what was I going to go do? Let's go finish up the ward event. But yeah, I actually can't run that team. Whoops. One of the rare instances, we're actually missing a weapon. And by rare instances, I mean like literally the only time that's ever going to happen. It was just a slight slip up because I was busy with obviously other stuff at the time, and it just completely slipped in my mind. Anyways, also, what medal have I been running this whole time? Well, then again, it's going to tell me to go switch my medal. Okay, I was running magic. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's roll with this. Later, Defiant, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good night. If anyone else has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Because as soon as we finish out outer battles here, we're probably going to call it a night. This is probably still going to take like 10-15 minutes, so especially if we're going to get multiple Val Ravens here, which it looks like is going to be the case. Tazza exposed. We're missing a weapon. We don't have true 100%. No, it's one we're easily going to get. I wasn't too worried because I already saw in the files that we're getting a Bright Forest or whatever the kingdom was in the near future. I don't believe we have an official date for it, but on next Tuesday, when we most likely get the patch, we should have an official date as to when I'll be able to get that weapon back. And then we'll have all the weapons again. Not counting that other one that's money locked. I'm just waiting until Nexus comes back around, which then we can get it for free. Hello, John. Yep, I've been doing pretty good. Pretty hectic day today. We got a lot done. One of the few days I feel like I actually got a lot done. You just finished with your MRI on your wrist a bit ago. Oh, I hope it went well. Yeah, I got some blood testing and a few other things done today. Also, do they not take your height anymore in a lot of doctor places? Because I went to a place that I haven't been to, and like every single place I keep going to, because I went to a couple different doctor places over the last like 5 years or so, and I can't recall the last time any of them have actually measured me. Like, they take your weight, but they never measure you anymore. Because I keep saying I'm 6 foot, because I think I am. I'm like 6 foot, give or take like a centimeter or whatever you'd call it. What is a... It's not an inch. What is 1/12 of a thing? No, it is an inch. Never mind. Gosh, metric... Why don't we use the metric system? So yeah, it would be an inch difference. But yeah, I'm like 6 foot, give or take an inch. I have no clue which way. But it's because like literally no medical place like ever measures you, and I don't have like any way to do it at my house. I should have probably just asked. But they like just ask like, hey, what's your height? Like they weigh you and then just like ask what your height is, which is just kind of weird. But it's been that way in like every doctor place I ever go to. Kind of strange. But I'm actually not sure what my exact height is. I am decently tall though. Like my feet are like over 12 inches. Like a foot. Like pretty much exactly a foot, 12 inches. So I'm decently tall. Though not like above average tall, just standard tall. Since you gain more Palooza verses than ones you use in Palooza event, how do you see yourself using those 70 plus verses you've been hoarding? Last event we used a lot of them. I don't think I'm sitting on 70, am I? I'm pretty sure I have less than 70. Because while I am hoarding some of them, we're not hoarding all of them. Like, we were using a lot last event. Like, I'm pretty sure we're not sitting on 70 right now. Because the entire last event, all I was doing was running Palooza. I wasn't doing anything but running Palooza. So I think we're sitting on like 30-something, I want to say. I don't know, do I actually have 70? I wish I had that many. Oh, yeah, I'm sitting on 30-something. But yeah, that's the reason why I hoard them. Because the last event, there was a Battle Crasher. And because that Battle Crasher was more efficient to just run normal Paloozas than it was to farm the other method. So the previous Vault event, I simply only ran Palooza and nothing else. So that's one of the main reasons I keep them. You never know when something might happen where it's better to have them. Like maybe you won't have enough time on the weekend, so you want to have a bunch of bursts that you can end up doing for the time that you do have. Maybe you there's something else going on in the game. Like for example, the previous one, there's a Battle Crasher that made farming for verses less efficient. So the entire time I was simply using my verses. But that's why I'm holding the reserve. It's mostly for weird situations where it's needed. And the previous Vault event was a really good example of that. Because there was a Battle Crasher for Valentine's Day that made it a lot slower to farm verses themselves, which made it a lot more efficient to simply run Paloozas the entire time. And because we hoarded a bunch of Paloozas, we were able to run only Palooza the entire time the previous Vault event. And if we didn't keep some hoard of them, we wouldn't have been able to do that. So that's one of the main reasons I do that. But yeah, we don't have too big a hoard. We're only sitting on 32. There's some people that have like over 100 something. But yeah, I'm happy with the number we have. Like, I don't feel like that's too small or too little. I mean, too little or too big of a stack. Just a nice right amount. Actually, I feel like 50 is the perfect right amount, but 32 is still fine as well. Unless we have, like, 2 more Battle Crashers back-to-back coming up soon, it should be fine. Anyways, does anyone else have any other questions or anything else I missed in chat? Because I feel like I missed a couple. Because I've been kind of tangenting all over the place this stream. Also, hello, Beer, if I didn't already say hi. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Anything else I missed? Tyrian. We'll do it for Bayonetta 3. How about that? We were talking about that earlier stream. Let's see. I'm trying to read through chat just to see if I missed anything from earlier. I don't think I did. But anything else I missed, let me know. Otherwise, we will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll primarily be messing with the new, oh no, it's not a new faction. I mean, the faction. Not the new faction, but the faction. We have UnBrowl Nexus for this weekend, which is a faction that already exists. However, we do have an event for it again for whatever reason. So we'll be doing that. We also have a new Mythic to mess around with. I'll have a video in the morning going over the Mythic and ideally over the faction as well. However, obviously the more interesting thing of those two is going to be the new Mythic. We'll still be messing with the new faction though. However, we are just going to be doing the free battles, or we're going to spend 30 gems for the tier 1 and just do it that way. So we're either just doing free or 30 gems. So basically free either way. But yeah, we're not going to be spending a lot on the faction. We're definitely going to be doing it very, very minimally and then going from there. But yeah, new. I keep wanting to say new faction, but yeah, new Mythic tomorrow plus a faction event. But that faction event for the first time ever is not specifically a new one. But there you go. Anyways, I will catch you guys soon. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And yes, as Isabel mentioned, we will be doing Puzzle Quest 3, finishing the storyline for that game. It'll probably be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, a little bit later in the day, because it's only going to take us like I want to say 3 to 4 hours. So far, they've been taking us about 1 hour each. However, the last few chapters will take longer because they are more difficult. So that should give us about 4 or 5 hours to do it. So should have plenty of time to get it done if we start at 2. Because even if it takes us 5 hours, that would just bring us to 7. Then I can eat. Then we do the Gems War stream, and it'll be good to go. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you later, and enjoy your weekend if you have a 4-day work week. Oh no, doesn't the 4-day work week stop on Thursday as technically your weekend day? I'm not sure how many people are like that, though. I know that's not as common of a thing in America, which is like half our viewership, including ourselves. But, yeah, 4-day work week does end on Thursday, technically, doesn't it? So this is almost like some people's weekend when Thursday night hits. But for most people, obviously, it's Friday nights, which was when we'll be doing our next Gems of War stream. Anyways, catch you guys then. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.